We just put out an article in Africa Israel Weekly that I penned a couple days ago. What it talks about is exactly that, but also this very destructive and very dangerous framework that we in the pro-Israel space, that we in the Israel advocacy space have fallen into. We've fallen prey to this as well, and that is somehow Ashkenazi, white-colored skinned Jews are less valuable than Jews of color, if you will, Mizrahi, Ethiopian, all that stuff. What do I mean by that? Part of our and when I say our, I'm talking about collectively in our group. So when we teach about, there's a series that when our founder was on staff at Christians United for Israel, he had started called the Mizrahi Project, telling the stories of the Jews of the Middle East and North Africa. Very powerful stories of moving forward. When we highlight those things, when we do it here at IPSI, it's not to try and use that as a dismissing of Ashkenazi Jews. We're teaching people about the Jewish diaspora scattered to Iraq and Syria and Morocco and South America and South Africa and Southern Africa, Northern Africa, all that stuff. We're telling the story so people can see that a Jew is not a color, right? That's the whole point. The problem with how in general we've been approaching this advocacy is this. One of the biggest accusations that's made about Israel is that they're white colonizers. They're imperialists. They came in, they kicked out the brown Arabs, and they took over their land. And a lot of our response in the Israel advocacy space is, no. Israel has black and brown Jews too. Jews are also dark skinned. Okay, but what did I just do? I just allowed them. I let that whole sentence about Israel being white and therefore bad go right past me. So then I just gave a tacit approval of, well, yeah, white Jews actually are bad, but Israel has brown Jews too. Because I didn't actually address the fact that you just said that because they're white, they're bad, right? I signed off on the critical race theory, the anti-racist thing of white people are the only people that can be racist, and all white people are racist, and it's impossible for black people to be racist, which is all just complete garbage. The whole definition, I remember 2012, I remember the first time I heard someone say that the definition of racism was power plus prejudice, and therefore, because white people are the only group that's in power in our system, they're the only people that can be racist. I went, that literally is not the definition of racism. The literal definition of racism is discrimination based on someone's skin color. Like based on someone, no, it's not power plus, and I was like, when did this become I went, what? And that's become the prevailing thing. No, it's not but we've accepted that in the Israel advocacy space. We have said, no, you're right. White people aren't that great, and white people are just all racist and they're all bad, but more than half of Israel is colored. So therefore you should accept us. I went, that's why we wrote that article, even the tweet that I made a couple of weeks ago that said, if I have to tell you that some of the Hamas hostages are brown and black, if I have to tell you that the hostages that Hamas have, some of them are black and brown, for you to sympathize with Israel, you are lost.